My name is Black, Joe Black. I've had a job to fulfill. Not exactly the most pleasant job, but a job with great importance for me and for her, especially her. I'm not exaggerating when telling I'm willing to do anything for her. Anyway, who cares? We only live one time in this shitty world. I mean, why don't take the chance once in a while? Enough about me and this rotten world. I'm going to be with her forever now. But here's how it went with those who had stand between our love. They shipped to all over the world. They brought in all of the town's drugs and everybody knew. The police did nothing. That son of a bitch bribed anything that moved. No one in this town dared to lay hands on him. And those who did would end up sleeping with the fishes. But not me. I would be the guy who made this giant pilot of fear fall. The fundament of the city's corruption has crumbled, and soon people will again be able to walk the streets at night. I managed to track him down. It was not easy, but I overheard a conversation that he had a meeting at 14 p.m. at the harbor. I was really looking forward, ending this man's miserable life. He was a real scumbag. A man without a soul, a crime mafia boss who never thought about people's emotions. He was a blackmailer, a kidnapper, a murderer, but he always managed to get out of it. And his only joy in life was to make people miserable. He got what he deserved. I did the people in Esbjerg a favor, taking out one of the biggest scumbags in Esbjerg's history. He was a shy man who often hid himself in the shadows. He was the one controlling the illegal importing of various and antique items. No one ever saw anything to him, because he was not a social person. He preferred to work in the shadows. Finally, I got a tip that he was transporting very antique items, and he would be there to make sure that everything went well. Her name was Helios. The first time I met her was at the Four White Men. She was just sitting there and thinking, and looked like she had some problems. We got into a conversation, and she told me about the mafia bosses that were after her because she knew too much. She promised me that we could be together if I could help her getting out of criminal environment. I took a picture of her and promised that when her problem was solved, we would meet at the Four White Men and run away together.
You're finally awake, James.
What? Helios? What's going on? What are you doing here?
Thanks for helping me with that business. You know, I really couldn't have done it without your help.
What's going on? Why have you done this, babe?
Babe, please. I don't have any feelings for you. You mean nothing to me.
You bitch! Make me help your sorry ass. And then, why have you tied me up? There's still one mafia boss left. You're not off the hook yet. What are you gonna do? Charm another helpless guy into doing your dirty work? What is the point of this?
Don't you understand? With the other mafia bosses dead, I rule this goddamn city.
You. So this was your plan all along. You played helpless and frightened, so you didn't have to get your hands covered in blood.
But I don't have any more use for you. The city's in panic over your little rampage. I think they would like the last mafia boss to be dead. You wouldn't mind standing in for me, would you? A last favor, before we are done.